sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
Sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin', I'm sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool Rule. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Get your fucking life together. Shout out to my sis Soph, man. She quarantining as everybody else is about this time. Whole lot of COVID business. But we gotta keep the pod going. She'll be back on here very soon, one way or another. And today I got a couple people that I want to reach out to, hit up, see what's going on with them, how they quarantining and leaning. But first, before I even do that, I want to tell you guys that, as usual, you are in our thoughts and prayers. We are with you. We want to see everybody make it through this safe and healthy, so do whatever it is that you could do to ensure that, because these times is fucking crazy. And if it's anything that we can do to help assist with getting the word out about services that you guys are providing or whatever have you, please reach out to us. Me at SippinwitSammie, at Font Philly, PHANTPHILLY, on the Scene Magazine, Flyboy Friday Radio. We're all available and willing to get the word out, and also Glocawear Radio too. So hit up at Glocawear also and let us know so we can utilize these platforms to get people the help that they need right now, because everybody needs something different, and I don't know how to help everybody, but I know if y'all gonna help, I'll put my words behind it too, and we'll try to make it decent and see what's going on. Let me see. Had a couple people lined up for the Zoom Skype situation. It's not really I'm new to this thing, so I'm trying to figure it out. Y'all got to bear with me. You know?
I can hear you straight.
Word. Tune, what up, baby?
I'm good, Barstool Rule. How you, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to see you out here healthy, man.
Hey, yeah, man. Look, I always wore a mask.
and you was raised with good hygiene.
Yes.
Right. Still washing our hands.
You get once you get out the tub too soon, Mom, like, ho, that water too clean. Get back in there, bro. So,
yeah, man.
Listen, bro. Mom tell you from the rip, get back in there though. But I'm glad your people's and everybody good, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you asking, man. But no, we just trying to do what the fuck makes sense, cause don't nobody really know nothing, man.
Yeah, man. You know, scare tactics, you know what it is, bro.
Yeah, Nick on here, she said she don't even know what day of the week it is no more.
Somebody just said,
this shit is all colliding together.
So, yo, it's Thursday, and now it's Tuesday. They said, damn. So,
it's rough out here, man.
Yeah, but this should be a good time for people to come together, get your thoughts right, get your game plan together, whatever visions you have. This should be a good time to make them more clairvoyant. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm big on that right now. I agree.
Using this time wisely.
They not. You know.
They better be.
Yeah, they taking this time off. You know what I mean? This time to build.
But I'm feeling like I'm locked up right now, and I'm putting my plan together for when I get out of here.
Trust me, I've been in jail. This is not jail.
Listen, I did 3 days, and during those 3 days, I was like, I ain't never coming back. I ain't never getting in trouble.
Yeah, you can get up and go outside. I mean, they advise you not to go outside, but at least you can. You know what I mean? So
right.
And that's the twist. Like, go get some fucking air, if nothing else, man.
Go get some air. Yeah, recharge your battery.
Everybody needs some sun on their face.
Yeah, I gotta get that vitamin D, bro, and hence that melanin. You know what it is, bro. We black people gotta enhance that melanin.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, so just at this time though, like our people should be thinking, the game plan to come together. You know what I mean? Because we see that it's trying to be a division, so gotta come back. You know what I mean? You need more brothers like you, Sammie. Positive, brother.
Man, we need all of us. But what's up with bullyproof boxing? You doing online classes?
Nah, I ain't doing online classes right now. I'm just telling everybody taking a little break. You know what I mean? Because I just read the news. Watched the news today, and they saying that it should probably be back to normal the end of April, around May. So the end of April, around May. So we're just giving the young boys a little chance to be human. Because with boxing, you got to be a cyborg. So
yeah,
we just give them a little time to be human, do what they do, and when it's time to go back, because we got some fights lined up in June. So when we get back to work, we're gonna hit the ground running because we got a couple fights lined up in the end of June. So
that's what's up, man. No, God willing, everything will be right back on track soon, man.
Well, it will be, bro. It will be. We good people, so you got to face adversity sometimes to see who care about you. That's the only good thing about adversity. So,
absolutely,
right.
Nick, you ain't got no new recipes for me?
Recipe.
I know you got some new recipes for me, man. You know what? I can't find no goddamn turkey wings nowhere.
Go to Wilson's. I was
You
at
ain't gonna find no turkey wings, no chicken, or no toilet paper.
Damn, yo. You said Wilson's?
Yeah, Wilson's. Yeah, I went to Wilson's. Wilson's down Aramingo. Yeah, and you don't gotta wait to go inside Wilson's.
I'm about to say what the line look like.
No. Trust me. Don't listen. I went to ShopRite. I went to 2 ShopRites, and they were out the door, and they was waiting. So I said, "Let me slide to Wilson's down Aramingo." And I went to Wilson's. It was like 2 people in there, so I went right in there.
Oh, okay. We got to slide to Wilson.
Yeah.
Cruise control. I need that.
Turkey wing. Yeah, you get your turkey wings and everything in the back right there. So, yep.
Yeah, that's what I've been missing. I feel like everything is in the freezer except turkey wings, man.
Right.
I feel nothing like some good turkey wings. You know what I mean? I understand. So.
Absolutely, but I ain't complaining. Like a lack of turkey wings is the least of motherfuckers' worries at this time. So we all good.
Listen. I'm making sure all the agriculturalists are good. So if any event, if I got to get with one of them.
Word.
Like, hey,
big,
listen, bro.
Big facts.
That's one of the main necessities, bro. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
Got some free time, chilling. Like I said, this is the time to build. You know what I mean? So if you got a game plan, just like me, I'm just trying to enhance it. That's all. Reach out to the loved ones, make sure they cool, and hopefully our people come out of this situation with a different thought process.
Absolutely, more enlightened.
More like, because you see all this, they trying to do this, they trying to do that to us, and okay, so if you see that, then when you come out of the situation, hopefully you evolve. But
you already. But
I'm an optimist.
I think a whole lot of ways people's outlook on life is just going to change drastically. After priorities have to shift after some shit like this that you never seen before. Like,
yeah, you hope, bro. I mean, mine's have. I just just got to focus even more. I don't have a problem social distancing and staying away from people.
We know.
What I mean? I'm just saying though, sometimes, it's just always good to just be able to think clearly, you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Just sometimes you just go away to revise the game plan. That's all. So
right.
I can dig it.
Yeah, definitely wish all my people the best, let's bounce back from this stronger than when we went into it. So
yeah, that's the best thing that's the only thing we could do at this point, for real.
Bro, unity. You know what I mean? We gotta stick together and and reach out to your loved ones, your elderly, family members, make sure they're cool and everything, So
yeah, them elderly neighbors too, man.
Call people you haven't spoke to in a while, just to reach out to them, just to make sure. Cool.
Yo, who else you got in there? I know Took in there, and who else in there?
Took in here, Rose.
Tell Rose come in, man.
Yeah, Rose gonna come over right now.
All right, word. I want to talk to her. She gotta get on the mic.
Come on, Rose, get on the mic, Rose.
Stop playing.
Oh shit, I'm on deck, Sam. I'm on deck.
Talk to me, gorgeous. What's up?
Hey, what's up, my guy? How you been?
I'm good. How you?
You know what? I am absolutely fantastically super. I went to work. I got called in, right? I got called into work. And I thought somebody had called out and they needed a couple extra days from me. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem, right? Mm-hmm. So I head out to Jersey. I'm out there. And next thing I know, a couple days turns into 19 days. So
damn.
Today is my first day home. And I'm like, you see, I'm exuberant as shit.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Welcome back to society.
And yeah, no, thank you. And you know what? The crazy part is it's like the rules are different everywhere. In Jersey, you can't even walk in a store. They will refuse you. They will tell you you cannot come in without a mask on. Now here, they're just they got signs on the door and say, practice social distancing of 6 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm okay,
something got, well, we don't have no leadership on this shit, so everybody's going for self. It's like when gangs don't have leaders at the top and all the young boys get to make their own rules. It ain't gonna make sense.
Right. I get it. It's just but if we're gonna all do this, can we just be uniform about it?
Go ahead. What you saying? Rose, you got cut off?
Oh, I was just saying, if we're gonna all do this, can we be consistent about it? Have one way of doing it, so that way everybody's doing the same thing, and there's no room for, okay, well now this didn't work. Now we gotta try something else for 4 more weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's part of why people aren't cooperating and aren't believing in the severity of it is because it's confusing as fuck. It's like, well, they don't care over there. Why the fuck should we care? Maybe they know something that we don't know, when we all should be functioning off of the same belief system, more or less.
Right. Man, it's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. I don't watch the news on purpose. I mean, of course, I catch the highlights.
Yeah, I watch highlights
going on, but I can't sit there and watch that stuff because it's the same thing over and over, and that screws with people's heads. That's brainwashing once you start watching something over and over again. So you got to kind of like you said, I heard what you were saying earlier. We just kind of got to do what makes sense.
Absolutely.
So, man, it's good to see y'all. It's good to be here. It's good to have some fresh air. Like, woo.
I'm happy for you, for real.
Thank you. You know what? Just call me the bag lady, but I needed a break.
I could dig it. Dig it. Nick, you got mask and gloves and all that. What kind of mask you got, Nick?
I don't got no mask and all that other stuff.
You just staying in the house.
I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah, you don't need it then.
If you go somewhere, what's your contingency?
I have the regular mask everybody wearing, but it's like I don't even want to wear that because they saying that don't help. It's like, and then you try to place the order, the mask gonna take forever. Then you got everybody selling masks and they not even the right mask. I watched the whole documentary of a health worker telling us the proper mask to wear, and the ones that everybody wearing is not the right one. So I'm like, damn, I don't want to go nowhere.
All right.
I don't want to go nowhere. What mask to wear? Like, they wearing bandanas with bedazzle on it. Like, I don't know which one to wear. They got the ones with the breathing thing right here. I'm like, what the fuck?
And I think them the ones, but they hard as fuck to come by, and you're not supposed to keep them on that long. Like, people are wearing these masks all day, and the ones that really, you're not supposed to breathe like that all day. So
think about it. Like, when you have that shit on your face, right? It's like it is hard. It creates moisture. It's like there's a whole bunch of other things going on. Like, it creates a whole nother situation.
No, big facts.
Yeah.
But like I say, man, that's why I just say do what makes sense, because it's really like what makes sense. Like, there is no rules. There's no fucking rules except nobody's going to school and most of us ain't going to work, and pray for the people that's going to work.
Right.
For real. What was you doing for 19 days though? Like, damn, they got you a room?
Well, here's the thing. I've been working with this family, doing private duty for the past 6 years.
Okay.
And so my normal schedule is every other weekend. That's why I miss some things sometimes. So that's my thing. But I do a lot of fill-ins, like, when they need help or people go on vacations, no problem, right? But that was the thing. One lady called out, and then I get there and things are supposed to go back to normal. The next week, another lady calls out. So we had 2 call outs out of the regular schedule, and we have 24/7 care for my lady. So, we had to work it out, and it worked out, which is cool. And of course, it's nice there. I'm not even going to complain. I'm well taken care of,
Absolutely.
I get to buy what I want, cook what I want. I have my own bedroom. I have a bathroom upstairs on the 2nd floor. Nobody bothers me when it's my time off. But it's the fact of not being in the comfort of your own home, not being around familiar and comfortable surroundings,
especially at a time like this.
Come and go as you please. If you feel like leaving, it's really, that's why people say, listen, being locked up really takes away your freedoms. And I understand that, to a certain extent. So yeah, I can't complain, but on the same note, it is so good to be back.
Well, I just want to tell you that you awesome, because we need people like you. That's how my aunt made it as long as she did, was people that 24-hour care, and somebody called out, somebody had to hold it down. Like, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. I love it too. I love, you can learn from so many different people. Some people have that wall up and they're like, oh, they're old. They're, something, they think different, or they're a different race, or they're a different this, they're a different that. No, man, you can learn from even the smallest child. Like, it's awesome to have those experiences. And it's cool too, because I don't have a grandma. So it's kind of like sometimes having that grandmotherly feeling where she's funny, man. She's so funny. She's witty. She's funny. Like, it's just awesome. It's like it's sometimes occasionally it's like hanging out with one of the pals, and she cursed her head off the other day, and I just looked at her and laughed. I laughed and laughed, and it's just it's those types of moments where you have to you just kind of soak them in, and appreciate it, right?
Yeah, y'all helping each other, man. That's
Right,
dope.
exactly.
That's dope as hell. Fucking crazy. But like, I mean, just her being in her position, like, how does she feel about what's going on right now? Does she know?
Honestly, she does, but she doesn't, because she actually lost most of her vision a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So she she's kind of blind, literally blind to what's going on. And the other thing is, while I'm there, like, she likes to listen to the news a lot, but I restrict and I put other things on, because otherwise that kind of gets them like all caught up in their head, like, oh my God, did you hear about what's going on? Or
Yeah.
even if it's like when we had hurricanes and other things across the United States over the years, she would get real wild about it. Like, oh my God, do you think that's gonna, come affect us? And then she starts asking where all her kids and grandkids are at and all this stuff. So it's too much. So a lot of times I'll put on like documentaries, or she likes classical music and things like that, stuff that she still enjoys, but she's aware that she's like, there's some sort of virus going around, right? So she doesn't know, but she's not necessarily affected by it, because she doesn't go out. She doesn't, she doesn't have to deal with that. So
yeah. That's how my grandmother is. My grandmother is 94, and she sit on the back porch all day and look out in the driveway all day and watch TV anyway. So like, she's not doing anything different. She's been quarantining for years.
Right.
But she is watching the news though.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to keep her off of that, but she watches the news.
Yeah. And my lady, she has some slight dementia, so yeah, those types of things just kind of agitate them, and they get stuck in a cycle. So it's just best to kind of leave it out.
Yeah,
leave it out the mix.
Yeah, man. It's crazy though. It's good that we even discussing this aspect of it, because everybody's saying check on your elders and on the seniors, but I think a lot of the times we assume that when they're in homes or they have aides, people that help them or whatever have you, that we gotta see where their mental is though. We gotta make sure that the aides know, like, don't have them in a dark place and don't feed them too much of this and that information and keep them comfortable type of thing.
And on top of that, like, as an aide, like, they got their own shit going on. One of my coworkers, the poor dear, like, she found out her sister while she was at work. Her sister passed away from COVID. Now, just the other day, she heard she has a brother-in-law in New York that has COVID, and I'm like, wow, like, she's like, I've never felt depression before, and I said, sis, listen, I can empathize. I lived in a very dark place for many years, and like, so we talked about it and stuff like that, and I tried to encourage her and do some things that would help, and I think she appreciated it. Of course, it's one of those things, like, she's stuck in a cycle. She has to go to work, she has to make this money, but she's fighting off this depression, and in the back of her mind the whole time, oh my gosh, this is what's going on, this is what has happened, and all this sorrow and heartache. It's just a lot going on for people nowadays, and then you're responsible for a whole nother person besides yourself. Like, it is a lot to deal with,
and it's the worst. It's the worst time to lose somebody. And I've heard a couple people recently lost people, and it's like, you can't even console anybody physically. You can't have your family around you. You can't make plans for burials and memorials and things like funerals is going to look like this.
I wanna touch on that, if that's cool, because
go ahead.
I was talking to my mom about the whole funeral situation. They have, and I don't mean to be graphic, but they have tractor trailer trucks at this point at some hospitals. And
they're just burying thousands of bodies.
Yeah, but the thing is, they can't really do anything with them. And my mom was like, listen, I mean, some people are for cremation and some people are against it, and I respect everybody's personal preference. However,
make me a tree.
Yeah, I'm with it. And at this point, it's like, I'm thinking to myself, just kind of logically, okay, if we have all these bodies, all this bacteria, and I know they're refrigerated, but honestly, how long can that stay? Even stuff in your refrigerator goes bad after a while. So it's like we're breeding more bacteria and sickness and all this stuff within these containers. You know, but a lot of times it's because I guess it's because nobody wants to make the executive decision, even though they've already imposed so many of these things upon us at this point. However, it's like, of course you want to go to a funeral. Of course it's part of the grieving process. But I'm on the fence about this whole thing. Like, what's your feeling?
As far as
like as funerals and the containment of the bodies and so on and so forth. Like,
well, I'm seeing different, like you said, state to state is different. So I'm seeing where some places there's a bunch of people in a freezer, and then in some places they're digging these huge holes
mass graves
and burying hundreds and hundreds of people, or they're putting them in these cases that look like gun cases and saying that you'll be able to claim your family later or something. It's a lot. I've seen 3 different ways that I could think of that is being handled. It's all strange. You know what I mean? And I just feel bad for the family. Like, I understand that health for the people that are still healthy and still here is more important, but I know what it's like to be out of state when somebody dies that you care about and you can't get in town. So I can't imagine the position that they're in now. But as far as going out, I'm not in a rush to go nowhere. They could say tomorrow, open up tomorrow, and I'm still not going to be right up under you, motherfucker.
I don't want to go there. I'm going to be a part of the 5th, the 10th crowd to go out. They're going to be like outside open. I'm going to be like, all right.
Be like, where y'all at? Where's she at? Don't worry about it. I'm cool. I'll see y'all soon.
Yeah. And my birthday coming up in the middle of this shit, but fuck it. I will live to cook out again.
Exactly. You know what, Sam? At the end of the day, like, we live a life, and I speak for a lot of us here at GlocaweAR. We live lives where we don't have to, like, necessarily escape from, or we don't have to, every day, we celebrate every day, honestly. We appreciate life as it is. We celebrate and we love it. So it's like, okay, yeah, birthday celebration would be cool. But like you said, man, I'm going to do that shit some more later down the road when everything's good. So it is what it is.
Absolutely, man. I'm not going to let that get me down. We going to rock out.
Not at all.
We going to rock out. And I'm going to keep trying to provide, well, not keep trying, I'm going to keep providing content and good energy for the people that care and people that need it, because that's what the fuck we been doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't shit else to do now but turn it up.
Exactly.
It's been a good talk with y'all, man. Bright ass screen, but a good talk.
Shut up.
Yeah, I appreciated walking in on it. It was dope.
No, I appreciate having you, because we always say that I gotta get you on here. I got you.
Yeah.
Where
as always.
Where's Took at?
Boss man, he's in the little, his little cave.
He took him 45 minutes to figure it out. Now he hiding. He said, I don't want to fuck with that shit no more.
Here he is.
Nah, we trying to get it together, man. Gotta get it right, buddy. Took.
What's up, God buddy?
What's up with you, guy?
Hey man, this shit live. This shit future right now.
It's the wave.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, but earlier shout
out to K too, man.
Yeah, salute to K. She heard you. No, earlier when you was doing the test run, you was making some announcements. I wanted you to run off the announcements. You had some things going on GlocaweAR this week.
Oh yeah, it's the GlocaweAR radio show. We do this each and every Thursday here at the G Shop, and this Thursday we got a special performance by Bruno Brown. He gonna perform some of his joints 6 feet away from people. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be live. You know what I mean? Definitely tune in, because sometimes our show is more audio than video, because you know what I mean, we just a radio show, but we're gonna throw it on the visuals. So definitely check us out on YouTube. And let me see what else we got going on. Oh, we got DJ Wax Spinner. He's gonna spin for an hour live on YouTube with an indie mixtape. So definitely, if you got an indie song and you feel as though it should be spun and fucked up by DJ Wax Spinner on this little special segment we doing. You can send your music to glocawearradiostation@gmail.com and we'll review it and put it in the mix. You know what I'm saying?
Dope shit.
Man.
But yeah, man, how you been holding up in this? I've been seeing you, but tell the people how you been holding up in this these times we facing right now.
Hey man, listen, it's it was hard in the beginning, but I got over it. It was more or less a mental thing. You know what I'm saying? And once you got adjusted to what's going on, I just went forward or whatever. But like I said, I was listening to the Chris Mack show, and he was talking about a reset.
Right.
You know, and it's just more or less like a mindset or whatever. So definitely, it's just a reset for me as well. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. We gonna keep it moving. You know, that's all we know how to do any motherfucking way too.
Yeah, man. Facts, man.
Absolutely.
Bite the concrete out here, man.
Yo, we do gotta I got a couple ideas that I'm gonna run past. We ain't gonna talk about it on the pod, but we gonna figure out something for the people when it makes sense, so that everything feels normal again, but in the safest way possible.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. We are a platform. We've been rocking 24 hours non-stop, you know what I mean, with content, as Sammie said. And, like I said, salute to you, man, you know what I mean? With the, people need content to watch, because new content too as well. Because if I watch a rerun of another game that I already know the outcome of, it's just retarded. So just new content as well. And this is kind of a time for people like you to flourish, Sammie. So salute to you, man, and keep it moving, man.
I appreciate that, man. And it's crazy because I was on ESPN watching fucking horse games. Niggas was playing horse in their backyard, like how we talking right now. I'm like, this some bullshit, man. I need sports back. Like, that shit hurt my feelings, man.
Exactly.
But no, go ahead.
But yeah, man, like I said before, man, we out here. You can log on to glocawear.com, man. I just blogged the latest beat battles between the RZA and Primo and Scott Storch and Manny Fresh on glocawear.com. So if you're not on IG or you just happen to miss this shit, you could go back and check them out on glocawear.com.
What you think about them battles? Where was you at with it?
Well, to tell you the truth, I didn't really see them live. I watched them on YouTube as I was doing them. But me and EA, salute to EA, sat here and watched them in the G Shop. And to tell you the truth, God, man, I was in this joint, like, I was geeking. fucking EA was like, oh, relax. I was there. He was like, oh, you want some shit? I was like, bro, this is that shit. Like, you know what I mean? And I geeked all the way through that shit. You know what I mean?
I had a ball with that shit. And I've been checking out the Questlove pups too. They just be so fucking. You got 4 hours, but I get at least an hour in while I'm cooking to some Questlove. You know what I mean?
Why you cooking, huh?
Why was that funny?
Just,
Nick turned the head, Toot laughed at me.
Yeah, no, because you had to squeeze it in, like, you know what I mean? But no, it's all good, man. It's the moral, the support, man. It's all about the support, man. It's hip hop, bro.
No, you know, man. No, I think that at the end of the day, with all of these battles, don't nobody lose. Like, we've been winning because we getting motherfuckers that don't never come out the crib, don't never talk to engage and play they shit for us they self. Like, you don't get that shit nowhere from some of these dudes. 50% of the dudes in these battles don't talk to people.
And to tell you the truth, man, just the concept of all that shit and how they did it and how they explained like the era where they was, the time, the mindset of when the joints was dropping and all that. I mean, that shit was like epic because any other time, man, niggas would have charged to do that type goofy shit, you know what I mean? And it'd have been a big ass bag and it'd have been a big deal, but it'd have been something else. Like, but they did it it seemed like they did it for the culture. So it just made everything seem love, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Niggas stuck in the crib, driving each other crazy.
And it's more hip hop that way because there's no sponsors and shit behind it trying to set up how they want it to go and the angles and all that shit that come with it.
Facts.
All that goofy shit.
What you think, Nick? You watch any of them joints?
I checked it out.
Yeah.
I was on my toucan. I was like, oh shit. I was just in the popping like.
Yo, shout out DJ Pooh G's Pooh G's had me in his bitch dancing the other day, cuz he bodied that live set.
He definitely did. Me and Sammie was in his room trolling like a motherfucker. A troll. Like, man, I was just going crazy. But no, that's love, man.
No,
I mean,
shout out
niggas
to
need
Pooh G's, man.
Facts. That DJ talk every Sunday, 2 to 4, DJ Pooh G's, DJ Wax Spinner. You can check them out on their lives. They've been doing it on their Instagram lives lately. So you can definitely check them out.
Legendary DJs, hard-working motherfuckers that know what they doing. They ain't just hitting buttons, man. They tearing shit up.
Facts.
Perfect blend.
What'd you say, Nick?
Perfect blend.
Exactly, that part. But no, I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. I appreciate y'all time. It looked like our experiment went kind of good. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody in the G shop that pulled up and hopped on the mic for me too, man. Definitely appreciate y'all.
You already.
You know what I mean? But
Sippin with Sammie, salute to you, man, and all your endeavors, man. Fucks with this shit, man. Salute.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate your help, man. Been a big part of all of this shit, man. And Nick, you already know what it is, man. SSP shit, whole lot of block shit.
You already know. Already know.
I'll talk to you soon, sis.
See you later.
All right.
Good. Man.
This is Sippin with Sammie. I am Sippin with Sammie. Sam Malone, Barstool Rule. If you ain't Sippin with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Get your fucking life together. And we still quarantining and such. But my man Mag is in a motherfucker. She need an ashtray. Making ugly faces and shit. Solid.
It's a 2020 look, yeah.
2020
yeah,
vision? Ugly.
Yeah.
Keep it
Mag
ugly
in
on
here,
them.
nigga.
No, but what's up with you, man?
Sippin with Sammie, man. Just trying to survive out here, man.
You been watching these beat battles and shit?
I've been watching the beat battles. I've been watching regular city battles. People just going at each other on the book on some daily shit. That's
you
that
see
shit
Gil
I be
and Tay
into.
Rock. You see Gil and Tay Rock battle?
This a thing, man. I gotta stop hyping Gil up, man. Sorry, man. I love Gilly, man.
We all love Gil, man.
Love Gilly, man.
But it's over. Leave them young boys alone. Leave them young niggas alone.
You know when you start yelling and shit and shouting bars and shit, that shit over. I'm the streets. Keep the heat. I got bitches that don't beat my meat. Like, nigga, nah, man.
Yo, you sick.
But nah, that shit was funny as shit. But on some real shit, like bar for bar, like on some like verse shit, like nobody, he ain't fucking with like Gil if he really like put the pen down, like trying to make songs and shit and all that. But like,
yeah, we know that
battle rap shit,
he got it.
They minds just think too fast.
And that's not a knock on nobody, because you talking about Tay Rock, arguably top 3, top 5 in battle rap. So it's like he do that, but Gil make them records and been making them records, and we know he got aggressive and he talked that shit, but it ain't the same as what these young niggas doing, man. These young niggas got 500 pistols, K in front the camera, all that shit. You know what I mean? But so what about the beat battles though? Who was you fucking with?
Well, yeah, we definitely gotta get into the RZA and the Premier, John.
What about it?
They both unique and creative and got their own sound. And before people actually, first thing they do is say, this person was better than this one. They bias for the rip. They don't even. That shit was just legendary. Like
yeah, like
both of them.
Like nigga, RZA wanted to do that shit to have that moment. Like he was having a moment. And I was just talking about that before you got here about how on some real shit, nobody loses them battles. We win. And at the end of the day, these is niggas that half of them, they wouldn't even do this shit for the, like, we would never get to see them do this in public for real. If they'd have did this, it'd have been in their living room for a house full of people on some DJ set shit, and it'd have been a urban legend. But now we all get to watch it with these niggas. Like, that shit gangster. I like it.
But that it's always jewels, and it's always gifts and lights in dark situations.
Absolutely.
See, that nigga be. That's one thing about Sam. Side note, like all my life that I known him, like all the time that I known him, almost 20 years, basically 20 years. He just know me, like, you know what I'm saying, like not on some real shit, like, you know what I'm saying. You know how you just pick up on somebody and know him and shit, and he understand people out here, and that's why I fuck with him. You know what I mean? Like,
Definitely understand you, but we like 2 days apart in birth though, so like it ain't really hard to adapt to your personality because you kind of like me with a lot of how you carry certain shit.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you go from low key to 103, just like me.
Shit, but out shit.
Just
Yeah, number
like
12,
me.
so it make it extra crazy.
Yeah, what's up with your brother, man? How you doing?
He good. He just working. Just be working. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
he
trying to survive
essential.
out here.
Y'all essential out here in these streets, man.
I've been trying to tell that niggas that rest all my life. You know what I mean?
No, but real shit though, like y'all don't get bonuses for this time? Extra pay?
Them joints out. Bonus is out the question right now because nobody hit their quota. But it's perks and shit. You know what I mean? Like at the moment, companies ain't like if they can do it, they can give you the extra pay or pay you what for the convenience. But my company, they more so. I don't look for money for, like, don't get me wrong, I love money and shit, but my value and like what I'm bringing to the table means more to me than just seeing the actual pay, because I know in the long run it'll pay off. Like, all right, like he really committed, and when my boss sees stuff like that, he old school. He'll make sure he take care of me in the long run. Yeah, so that's what I look at. You know what I mean?
I mean, as long as you can trust it, then that's how you gotta go with it. Why not? Why wouldn't you?
But at the same time, I'm not dumb about shit. I'm not naive. And, you know what I mean? Like, oh, like I'm hoping. Like, no, like I make calculated moves. Like,
absolutely, as thou should.
If it wasn't going to benefit me to come in now when I just stay home and work, I wouldn't.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. But you, speaking of calculated moves, you've been leveling up, man. Year by year, you've been getting your shit together, man. You start to look good out here in these streets, man. And I mean, like, on like a mature level, like niggas been ran around, been had cars, been having a ball and all that. But you sowing some shit out here, man, and you get into your legacy part, and that's dope. I like to see it, man.
Appreciate that.
Like to see that. That's fly as hell. What'd you do for Easter? Did you cook?
Just stay in the crib, man. I cook ravioli, garlic bread. You know what I'm saying? Something light.
Look at you, something light. Niggas love that something light.
I mean, I got a shout out to my man Falco. He got me a fucking called them big ass black pans.
Skillet
John. That John.
Need that.
Nigga. We talking about rap and all that. Let's talk about cooking now. Yeah.
Let's talk about cooking now. Who you talking to?
I'm about to see, man. I'm about to have my own. Man, I'm about to have my own fucking show, man.
You should, man. You a fucking fool. No, you and your brother should have a show, but y'all niggas will argue. Y'all be Wallow and Gilly, but it look like you just yelling at yourself.
That gonna probably be number one. You know, I ain't even gonna hold you.
No, y'all would kill because y'all both smart and y'all funny as shit. So that shit would be great. But your brother too low key. He ain't trying to do that shit, man. He falling back, man. Well, traveling and shit.
How do you look at life going forward now, just with this experience?
I mean, like I said earlier on this episode before you got here, it makes me prioritize different. Make me care about different shit more or less than I did before. And even like I said the other day, like I ordered the fucking bike that I said I was gonna get for a while, just cause I'm like, if niggas gonna be locked down and all of that, at least I can hop on a bike, get some air or something, like get a workout, like something to just help, so that became more of a priority than it was before. And then at the same time, niggas was car shopping and all that, and actually said, shit, if we ain't going nowhere, I got a little bit of time to save some more paper to try to add to that. So everything is going to be more refined when this is over in my head, because my priorities is going to be different and my eggs will be lined up. And
in the exercise world, you find your niche.
Absolutely, but it's right now I'm just worried about keeping my mental together because I know when I go in a dark place, I go 0 dark 30, and that shit ain't cool.
Right.
So I just been thinking about shit that makes sense, and that's going to be fun and ways to not dwell on the fact that there's other things we could be doing. Like the other night, I really wanted to go play Connect 4 at Dave and Buster's with the shooting game. We play Connect 4. Really wanted to do that shit. Now I'm like, damn, I gotta buy one of them Jones. Like if Dave and Buster's shut down when this is over, I'm gonna see how much they want for the Connect 4. No,
giving them Jones out.
what businesses do you think might not survive this shit? Like I don't think movie theaters. A lot of movie theaters is gone
Well, movie theaters been out the door
for a while. Yeah.
Soon it's just like, all right, like a movie come out right from your home, like.
And now they streaming brand new shit to your
Brand new
crib.
joints to your crib. Like I see it on Apple TV, like
That Trolls joint went straight to.
Fire Stick and all them, like movies come out, but like I knew that's how it's going to end up. And then now, and the thing about it is, what's going on? All this social distancing, and they preparing people and training people. So, off instinct, you gonna know to stay away from somebody, or how to shop appropriately, staying away from somebody, or how to when to stay in the crib when they tell you. Automatically, you going, you know what I mean?
What damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I believe that. I forgot my question.
But it's just like, it's one of those things that you, like, if you have a level head and you pay attention to shit, like I pay attention to detail when I'm going out to the grocery store, when I'm going out shopping and everything, I'm seeing it. So it's like, it makes sense because it's just crazy, man. Like if I don't want to go in too deep into it, you know what I mean?
No, you good. But like, how long you think before like motherfucker be comfortable going to a sold out show again, like shit like that?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be probably sometime in the fall, or right, like around like November or something, when actually people actually get comfortable just being out, without
instances and stuff.
Like and he was the first one to say like the summer's gonna be canceled, but
definitely the first one to say cancel summer.
It's just not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Because you got all these businesses either going to be gone or they're going to be trying to recover, and nobody's going to be out like that trying to spend money because they ain't going to have none. Like,
it's going to be rough for a little bit, man, but we shall overcome, man. We going to get through this shit. And whoever make it to the other side, man, just make sure that you remember this time when you start bitching over bullshit, you're worrying about the wrong shit. Just remember when it was real and you was scared to go fucking touch somebody's hand and shit. Like, remember that time, cause that's crazy, man. And I ain't gonna lie, like, as much as niggas wanna act whatever, I love hugging my niggas and all that shit. I seen a girl I hadn't seen since middle school in a liquor store, and she and I ain't recognize it. She had to take a mask off. I'm like, oh shit, I went to hug her. Then I'm like, oh. Yeah. Had to do the fly elbow, dip off John, like, and it felt weird as fuck, cause it's like that's love. She folk, but it's like I don't want to feel like that forever. That's the part that I'm hoping like we got to get past that.
Or you feel like it's cool, and then they feel some type of way that you close to them and shit. You be like, what the fuck? Like,
and that's the thing. You gonna have to gauge how other people feel about this shit. Like it's like rule of thumb right now. If they got a mask and gloves on, they probably don't want you touching them at all. But
the
like,
thing is, like people just do what other people are doing. Like they don't even understand the concept of having a mask. But my thing is like, if you gonna be like that, like just stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here, we out here, like.
Nah, you might as well stay in the crib. You ain't lying. But that shit crazy though, man. It's crazy. Never thought I'd see it. Never thought I'd see it.
I don't know what's. It's gonna be crazy, man.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna invest in.
And that's hard too, cause the market's down, but it's certain things. Oh, it's gonna go back up. Like I don't know what's gonna happen with the stock market. I honestly, personally, like I ain't messing with the stock market or dog. I don't know what to expect.
And do you know what's crazy? You can't even flip nothing because there's nothing to gamble on. You like you can't even hit the app up and play nothing.
Right.
You seen the they was playing horse on ESPN?
No, I ain't see that.
Niggas was in their backyard with their iPad out. Swear to God, dog. Nigga, one nigga in Ohio, another nigga in Arizona, and they playing horse against each other on ESPN. That's how real it got out here, dog. Like, somebody said it's gonna be horse racing for the rest of the year. Like, that's crazy.
Yo, can you just picture a society like that? Everything is just like that. Like NBA game, nobody there, they just playing, but the fans is all on their house or wherever they at.
I think that it might not be no bouncing back from that, because if it's one or two things could happen. It could take the excitement out of the game and the momentum out of the game, which would water the game down and make it boring, and clock people out to it, where they'll find other ways to fill that time and might not come back the way that they were before. Or it could work, and motherfuckers is like, well, shit, I don't feel like spending $400 to sit all the way up top anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching it like this anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think motherfuckers I'm about to get a sound bar for the TV and like upgrade like the home system. Why not? So it's like, I don't know. I think after a while, people might get used to it if it works, and that's the bad thing. Like, you want it to work, but if it work, it might mean the end of like that shit the way as we know it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it's leading to. Like, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
When everything coming together.
But none of the players want to play without a crowd.
I mean, initially,
if you in your first 3 years, you need to though, because you ain't got no bread.
Yeah, initially though, but they're accustomed to like playing with a crowd. That's all they know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like now, for example, like they doing the draft. I think today over they doing it over the internet,
Zoom.
Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they keep on doing that, it's not gonna. If they do it again, a couple years from now, it's not gonna be a surprise. And then they continue to do it, then people will get used to do it of them doing it. So,
and it's crazy because you mentioned the draft. Like, we know for years in the draft, you know how I mean, people never wanted to go to the draft anyway that was getting drafted. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna just stay home with my family and kick it at the crib. Like, so now, like, it's no pressure on you to have to go. Like, I shake the commissioner head with what I see.
Right.
Cause that's all you really there for, is that one moment, for real, and for your family to have that. But it's a lot of pizzazz and stuff that, all right, put it this way, a lot of stuff is, they're taking the fluff out of everything. Everything's being stripped down, straight personalities and backdrops or whatever, and raw material. And we might not want the fake shit back. You know what I mean? Cause the fake shit just costs more. Like, if you think about it, like, you put into all the pageantry of award shows, but we always have problems with award shows.
Mm-hmm.
So if award shows don't survive, who's really going to give a fuck?
But
because that's the fake part of the industry.
I can see them doing something like this, right? Like at a award show, right? Or at a boxing match, or whatever type of event, show. They have some type of setup where it's like something there, but in place of a screen, every seat. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they can afford to. But then would you would pay for them? That'd be $200 seats.
I wouldn't pay for them, but I know somebody there that will.
No, I mean, I'm sure plenty of people will, but I'm like, now that you put it that way, I'm like, well, damn, would that be an exclusive, you know what I mean, like, situation? Where it's like, all right, if that's your face,
you chilling in the suite, dog.
You pay
from home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I don't like this new world order shit.
Like, they got the drawing where you walking, it look like you there, like shit like that. That virtual reality.
They had a virtual graduation. They had the robots coming across the screen with the iPads. I mean, across stage with the iPads on their face. But it's weird because, like, just send me my shit, yo. We don't got to, like, because, you know, when you graduate college, most people just walk for their parents, their family to see it. Like, you don't care. You just want your paper. So if they not going to be there, if they not going to be there to see it, just send me my shit. Why we even play any games? Like, I don't care if the machine shakes his hand. That's stupid.
And it's some people, though, that really want to walk, like.
Yeah. So
I'm
why not
cool,
just
like-
postpone it so that they could really walk? Like, why do the in between?
I'm cool. Like, just send me my. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
same my joint. Same my joint. Once you put in all that work, man, you don't need no only accreditation you need is that paper. That's all you really need. And no knock against people that's into that. That's always dreamed of that day. Have a ball, but make sure you dance across the stage or something. Like, have a moment. Don't just walk like the robot. Nah, it's no fun that way, man. Show off, man. For real, you earned it.
Robot.
Yeah, I mean, shit. When we ain't gotta have robots do it, make sure you don't walk like a fucking robot your damn self. That's fair, right? That's what I've been saying too. Like, a lot of y'all been doing bored behavior all day, every day before this shit. Hopefully, after this shit, you find something better to do because you got options. You ain't got to keep doing. You should be sick of doing that shit by then. For real, for real. Go get some sun in your face. I can't say it enough. Get some sun in your face. Then take a picture of the sun, not your face. I'm just saying. It's just trying to be helpful. Trying to help, twin. Trying to help. Fuck it. So look, we gonna have a we should have a happy hour on Skype for our birthday. Should do the virtual joint.
What?
Hit everybody up. You know what I'm saying? We should set it up. We gotta get your brother not to go to work. He gotta get off early that day or something. We should pull a happy hour pup, and we could put it on a pod. Birthday pup. Cause I ain't listen. I know y'all optimistic, and I know they talk about opening shit up tomorrow. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not fucking with y'all. I'm sorry. I won't be on your bar stool for a while. I got my own. I'm sitting in it now. But this has been another episode of Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, saying below Barstool Rule. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Get your fucking life together. As stated earlier, because this is important to me, anybody that's trying to help, that are providing any relief for people during this time that need exposure, that we can get the word out about, legit things that's going on that's really helpful to the people, please reach out to anybody that you've seen on this episode. We're all willing to help. We all have platforms, networks, and things that we'll try to provide resources for you one way or another, whatever makes the most sense and is the safest. But please be sure to do that. You can leave it in the comments. You could DM. You could inbox. We accepting it all. And some of y'all got my phone number. Just text me links and all that. Let me know who's who and what's what. And we'll just make sure that we get as much participation and resources to whatever y'all got going on as possible. Because as much as I like to joke and all that, we got to help each other. Always, definitely fucking now. Especially since we know we catching the brunt of this shit. And by we, I mean black and brown people. So on that tip, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Shelter in place as much as possible. If you essential, we appreciate you. And I think they're going to have to change some shit after this to make sure that y'all get compensated better for y'all situations. But that's the end of it, man. I'm out.
Club gang, club gang, club gang.
This motherfucker mag, smoke room with the godson and the bull room.
Club gang, club gang, club gang, club gang.
It's the way you smoke that gang, the way you call me hang. Gang girl from the island and you know she model. Great style, full throttle, shaped like a bottle. Took my hand, took me to the dance floor. Had to bring back the old dance and twin like it's 94. You know it's something wrong if you see me in velour. Dressed to impress, you know the mag hockey ball. Fresh low, then I go, move like a pro. Mag knows everything, move like I'm Bo. Get the fans what they want, putting on a show. Club gang hot, don't try to choke. Can you spin for me one time? You so fine, looking at you from your waistline. She don't know what's going down at a later time. Give me dome, turn me into Albert Einstein. Can't get you out my mind. You're like my favorite genre. I love the gang girls, my. That's why I made this song for the club gang girls, club gang girls. For the club gang girls, club gang girls. Club gang girls, club gang girls. You know I'm getting club gang girls, club gang girls. With my gang, yeah, Sammie need a gang bitch. Slim or thick, to roll dank with. Pull up drink with, speak the Chiba language. Reefer already came with her main bitch, Kush.
chain rolling sour. Blended with the cheese, she suck it before I freeze. Stuck off the trees, and Henny all in my sleeves. Veins flooded like ivy, strong smell my ID. Club gang girls slide through to find me. Clouds above, the town's finest behind me. Raw papers of backwoods, my preference. I let her receive the blessings from God's earth discession. Probably burned by the sevens, so we hurt. Running around, acting the clown in my t-shirt. Zip her up, pin it down, now she squirting. Thighs and knees hurting, brownies is for dessert.
Can't get you out my mind. You're like my favorite genre. I love the gang girls, that's why I made this song for the club gang girls, club gang girls, for the club gang girls, 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 club gang girls.
Roll up, homie, get your dough up. Pomegranate Dutch full of Yoda, we on sofas. Fuck a bar tab, got star swag, all that. How about the 6 deuce, all black? Clouds everywhere, but not the blue skies. Just left Rubens, a Rug high. Just left Jersey, shout out the mag. My nigga killing them in that Lex, triple black. Hot shit, B-fly shit. You better hide your chick whenever we be lighting shit. Strictly XO, no milling time. OC and Afghan, I call it fuck your feelings. Can't feel my face, I'm in a different place. These oxtails in England, give it a different taste. My wrist is placed, your chick ain't safe. I'm in vintage drapes, fucking fix your face.
Can't get you out my mind. You're like my favorite genre. I love the gang girls, that's why I made this song for the club gang girls, club gang girls, for the club gang girls, club gang girls, club gang